right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome today. Thank you for coming. Today, I'd love everyone to give a warm welcome to Janice Liu. She is an Erhu player. She's been playing this instrument since she was 7 years old. She also teaches music to children, and she does many cultural events in and around the Cleveland area. So give everyone a warm welcome.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna stand right here. Hi everyone, I'm glad to be here again. This is my second time this year, and were any one of you were here last time? Yeah, I recognize you. I was like, oh, are you working here? But yeah, it's a great pleasure to be here again, and I definitely really love this venue and like the people here, be able to spread this culture instrument here with like people that have never seen it. So definitely perform around Cleveland a lot in more the northern part of it. So definitely want to reach out more in the different areas. So this instrument, if you haven't heard it before or seen it before, it's called Erhu. So if you want to search it online in English, it's spelled E-R-H-U. And the meaning of it, means two. So it has two strings. It's very close to each other, so you probably won't be able to tell from afar. But you can tell from these two, they're the main tuners. So the one on top, it's the one that's actually in deeper tone. So it's tuned in D, if you are one of our musicians here. And then the one that's higher, it's tuned to A. So if later on you want to take a closer look, you can come over and you can tell they're a little bit different. So the one that's lower is a little bit thicker, but just slightly, and then the one that's higher, obviously, it's thinner. So these are the two different strings, and then they're all in like steel type of material, so it's like very, a little bit sharp. Like for people that's playing guitar, it's kind of like that. Like when you play a little bit longer, you can tell from your finger getting a little bit hurt. You have to get used to it. And then for these two, they're more of a fine tuner. So these are more modern type of how it's working. Before, the way how people do it, it's from just tying one of these as like a knot, and then you adjust it from going up and down. So later on, when you see me play, you will see me putting my fingers in all these different areas. So when you get to lower with like shorter strings, basically, it's getting it higher. So it's the same idea for that fine tuner. If you have like a circle of it, and you can move up and down to make it lower and higher pitch. But it's like a lot of times you move it accidentally, so people started to using these as like the newer version of it. So that's that. And I'm going to play a little bit of pieces here. It's called The Cheerful Moment. So it's glad to be here again. So I want to start with this piece, and of course also like a wishful holiday season as well. So we'll get more into this instrument later, and please enjoy it. part of Erhu. So, is anyone remembering from last time? No? Okay, so Hu is actually the tribe where this instrument is coming from. So it's from the Mongolian area, and the ancestor of this instrument, it's from this Hu tribe. And it's actually, the ancestor of it, it looks like a horse head with like a bigger, kind of like cello. It has like belly of it, and then it also has a bowl. So some people actually seen, there's like a metal rock band, it's called the Who. Someone knows that? Okay, yeah, they're like super famous, and I just recently learned about them. So some of my colleagues were like, oh, this group is pretty cool. But you can see those instruments, and they are like somewhat a little bit related, and this is where the Who is coming from. So a lot of the songs that's related to this instrument, it's like relating to a horse and like the big plain field, and one of the most famous piece. So if people heard of Erhu, it's like this is the piece that people would like request every time. So I'll perform it every time as well. It's called the Racing Horse. It also showcases a lot of the different techniques that Erhu has. So like one of the parts that's like jumping like this, like the horse running around, like racing with each other. And then there's also part of it that's like trying to mimic the sound of the horse. So let's see how you guys pick up some of these different techniques, and hope you enjoy it. There's another piece of it that also is talking about the horse running around the big plain field. So I'm also going to play this piece for you guys too. components that you guys want to learn about? Shutting out? Yep. All right. So going from top to down. So now we have this knot here. So this is how you differentiate from, like say, in violin, you have to get different violins when you're growing up, right? But for Erhu, this is very smart invention. So you just move this up and up when, like your hands is much smaller, it's low down here. And so a lot of times when students were telling me like, oh, I cannot reach this pitch, I was like, no, this, whichever length that you get, it's based on your head, so it's not from anything else. So, so you actually adjust it based on putting your arms here and then this one knuckle down. So this is where you're supposed to put it here. So this is the knot, and it's a very cool invention. So people can just move it when, like say I'm selling this Erhu to someone else, which I'm not gonna do, but that people can just move it so to fit their length. So that's that. And then, yeah, just based on how you guys were seeing, like the lower it goes, the higher it goes. So there's about like 3.5 position there people can usually work with. There's also some, like sometimes you can go like further down, but that's usually where people use it for. And the way that we usually read notes is just using the easy, like simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with like different tunes. So it's a little bit different than the typical Western way of doing it. Okay, and then another thing that's very important is this part. This also made with like horsehair, just kind of like what violin is. The only like main difference is that this is a lot more loosened. So it also, you can adjust it based on your preference, but it's usually much more loosened than like violin is like super tight. So you can adjust it based on this, and then you can open it up to change it up. So a lot of times you still have to change it once in a while to make sure it's fresh and have enough of horsehair in here. Okay, so that's a little bit about this instrument. Anywhere else that people want to understand, like this whole...
How many strings?
How many strings? Okay, yeah, so you're missing a fun part earlier. So it's called Erhu, so it's means two in Mandarin, so it actually has 2 strings. And yeah, welcome to come up later to get a closer look. All right, so today I'm going to bring something a little bit different. I have another one that looks almost just like this. It's called Zhonghu. So Zhong is center, so it's a little bit of a lower pitch. It's almost like viola. So I just want to share something different just in case, some returning customer here. So, okay, question?
Is it made from wood? Is it a wood?
Yes,
Okay.
so this is black sandalwood, and then also another type is redwood. So redwood will make it sound a little bit sharper, and it's like brighten sound. But usually the black sandalwood is like a little bit more like thick with the sound, and so usually people, this is like higher quality in a sense. I personally prefer this sound as well, so like both of mine is in black sandalwood. So that's a great question. And yeah, and then I'll talk about more in this sound box here later on. So I'll first play a little piece that's more like zing and calming down. It's kind of describing a lake, so it's kind of like, our Great Lake here. So just want to share that piece with you guys right now. So let me switch it up.
Be careful, be careful.
We're good, we're good. Okay, so you can tell it's much taller. That's that. Okay. yeah, the ball is also longer for this one. You're hitting. It's much lower pitch. Okay. One song that I want to play since we want to fit into this winter season. So there's a song in one of the main 4 different types of flowers or plant, or it's palm flower, and then pine tree, and also Gosh, this is a little bit difficult to describe, but there's also different type of flowers that people usually use in like the different traditional songs. And so this piece that I'm going to bring it up, it's called Listen to the Pine Tree. So I thought it's very fitting with this season. And it's a little bit different than like the calm and peaceful. It's like very strong and almost like, like fighting with the wind. So this is very fitting for our Clevelanders. So I'm going to play this piece for you guys. To Erhu. So we haven't talked about the soundbox. Oh yeah, by the way, which one do you guys prefer? Erhu or Zhonghu?
A little bit.
Lower, yeah, okay, cool. Me too. I actually got the first prize in Taiwan, that's where I'm from, with that instrument a while ago, when I was a student. Yeah, not like, no. So, yeah, so that's I actually prefer playing that instrument more, but like this is what most people learn, and I'm surprised that most people like that. So great to hear. And a little bit about like the different type of instrument. So there's actually another one that's even a higher pitch. So a lot of times when you see, kind of like the orchestra here, that there's almost like a same type of version of it for these instruments. And Erhu and Zhonghu, so they will have like different parts of it that has like Erhu and then slightly like a little bit less Zhonghu because it's like louder, and also the higher pitch one. So there's like that portion, and then there's also all these other different instruments that's in a band basically. So a longer time when we don't have like that many people playing these instruments, like 100 years ago, that they described these as bamboo and silk. So bamboo meaning basically the bronze, but like in Chinese instruments it's like the bamboo. So it's like flute that made with bamboo, and then also some like higher pitch, like smaller flute, and then also like there's a different type that's called sona. It's very loud and with like a very low pitch. It looks slightly like clarinet or oboe, but it's much louder. So that's another instrument. And then for silk, that means string instrument. It's like scaled silk. So because some of the strings in Chinese instrument, it has like silk that's surrounding it outside. So it's a little bit of a like different type of string. So people call it silk and bamboo. So that's how it goes. With like a smaller group of people, so usually that's like about 16, like 10, 16. But like with the bigger one, it's more modernized and like influenced by like Western culture of having the full orchestra. But right now, people are playing in like both scenarios. So for the silk and bamboo band, it will be no conductor and people just look at the person in front to start. So that's also another way of playing, with other instruments. So, but today it's just me, so you guys are stuck with me. So, right now, just kind of keep going on with this instrument. There's this sound box, so trying to kind of fit with like the whole natural theme, like from a long time ago, people don't have any of the like steel or anything. So this is made with python skin. And right now, this one is steel with python skin, but I believe they produce less with those because of environmental reasons. So some people nowadays use like some artificial snakeskin, or even like you may see people with like a different modernized way of making this. So it's like a like plastic or glass type of material to make it sound cooler, and then probably be able to do it electronically too. So this is the original type. And there's this very little bridge compared to the one with violin. So most of the time it's around the same size, but then there's a slightly different type of material and different shapes to make it sound like either more brighter, louder, sharper sound, or like just try to make these this distance between the two strings a little bit different. So just kind of fitting your fingers or your preference. But the most part is about the same. It's slightly different. And then we usually put some cloth in here just to make sure the sound is more, there's less noise or other sound that's like bothering it. So usually we use some type of little cloth here. And then if you can tell earlier, this is hollow, so to make the sound travel further out. So usually we put the mic on the other side, and some people don't understand, they just like put in front. So see, we have professionals here, so today we have it set up correctly. So that's like a little bit of introduction of this instrument. So right now, I'm going to play another song that's more of a New Year's Eve song. So it was one of the most like famous recent, like more modern, nice composer. He wrote this during Lunar New Year Eve. So this piece is called Liang Xiao. So hope you enjoy. It's basically a good night. So. We're trying to switch gears to like the holiday season. So, was saying like, oh, we should have something for the holidays. So I'm like trying to find some different songs. So I'm from Taiwan, so people celebrate Christmas, but not as much. So I'm actually nowadays, I wouldn't say that. Like a lot of people are celebrating it. So we have, I search online and then find like some interesting like new-ish like Christmas song that's from a Taiwanese pop star. And then later on we'll have some traditional Christmas songs that I'll play in Erhu, and then have a little bit of a different twist of this concert to like more different vibe here. So, all right, I'm gonna play this one. like a newer twist of. I hope people can still kind of see a little bit of Christmas there, but it's a little bit different. So right now I'm going to introduce my friend Simon to, I'm going to play Amazing Grace, but he's going to sing it in Taiwanese. Oh, cool. So this is the microphone here. Yeah, so I have a little bit of a different theme here. Is that good? Okay, so it's basically still about the same idea, but we want to have show you guys how Taiwanese sounds. So, all right, we'll get it started. I was trying to think about all the different type of festival that people can be celebrating. So we actually celebrate the winter solstice too. So it's coming up on the 21st. So usually people eat something kind of like mochi. So everyone know what mochi is? No. So it's basically like a dessert that's like a rice base and crunchy like dessert. And you put it in like red bean soup. Sometimes people have red beans inside, or there's like black sesame, or what else? Like peanut. Like there's different flavors of it that people like to eat a lot. And you can. There's also different ways that you can cook it more like savory. Some people put like ground pork inside with different types of, say like vegetables, but like for the most part, people eat it more like a dessert. If you go to Asian market at some point, you can find them like in the frozen area. You can find some of those. So that's what people usually eat during winter solstice. And then there's also more like a kids song that's related to that. So basically, because everything is rounded, it means that's prosperous, like people, like reunion, like everyone's going to see their family soon. So that is something that we celebrate. And then also something rounded that's kind of like a coin, or like the old money. So people love, if you don't know, Asian people love money. So that's also part of the thing that's like in a lot of our like blessing. We like wish you safety and wealth. So everything is about wealth. And Lunar New Year and also in this. So this song is talking about these mochi balls. We actually call it tangyuan. So it's like soup, rounded stuff in soup. So so we also called it another like winter festival, basically winter festival rounded stuff inside. So people like eating this, and especially for this time of year. So this song is about that, basically wishing you peace and safety and wealth. So that's one of the things in the song. So I'm going to play this little like cute piece for you guys. Portion of it. I usually like to play some Taiwanese songs, so that's where I'm from, and then also what I'm most passionate about playing. So I'm going to play this whole group of Taiwanese folk songs together. So it's basically describing the hardworking Taiwanese people in like different types of scenarios. So people are working like railroad, working in like as someone that's selling the rice pudding, and then also rice dumplings, and also a lot of the like difficult time when people like immigrant to the island, and also like some of the difficulties when fighting for their own identity when there's like under the colonized period. So there's a lot of like different type of stories in there. So just want to play this last piece for you guys, and hope you enjoy it. let me know if you have any questions, or feel free to come up close to take a look at it. But yeah, we'll hand it back to, oh, we have a question.
How did you get interested in playing the erhu?
Oh my gosh, okay, so I was born in the States, and my parents like were here, and they were like, oh, you know, like people know about violin, know about these Western instruments, but like no one knows about the traditional instrument here. And so when my whole family moved back to Taiwan, they were like, oh, okay, you know, it's about time to learn this. So they took me to all the concerts and like, oh, do you want to look at that, you know? And yeah, so I picked it, you know, but they basically like, oh, you know, Erhu is very light and the flute is light, so just, you know, these two. Yeah, my brother don't listen to them, so he plays like, kind of like the piano and like traditional sense, so it's like much bigger, and yeah, and he doesn't really keep up with it, so there may be a reason why, you know, like it's easier to bring, you know, wherever I go and wherever I want to perform. So yeah, so I also try to play at like there's a group that's called Listen, CLE right now, and we try to bring more music to like downtown Cleveland or any like random places. So this past year I've been playing on the street, like random designated streets that to bring more music to just like general public. So yeah, so this is this is how I got into it. So basically they took me to a lot of concerts and be like, oh, you know, pick that one. But yeah, because it's like too far ago, so I can't really tell, but I definitely prefer string instruments that, you know, the vibrato and like all of that like feels like you're touching your heart. There's a phrase in Chinese that's called, like touching your heartstrings. So yeah, I definitely prefer the music form with string instrument. So I don't know if that has a reason why, either like, you know, it's between egg and chicken, like which started first, I don't know. Can't really tell, so, but that's how I got into it. Yep.
Do any of the pieces that you play have lyrics to them, or are they all instrumental pieces?
Yeah, like the Taiwanese folk songs, they're all with lyrics.
Okay.
And then like the pop song, obviously, but like the more like traditional Erhu piece doesn't have any of the lyrics. But
Do you have choirs singing with you sometime when you play the instrument?
I sometimes play with them.
Large group?
But I don't, like, it's hard to get a group here.
Yeah.
I actually play with another person. She plays something called guzheng. It's like a line harp. And we play at some of the Asian, like Cleveland Asian Festival and like all of the bigger events. And next year I was debating if I should bring some pieces for Lunar New Year, but we're not there yet. Next year, Lunar New Year is going to be in February. So there's going to be a lot more like celebration in like downtown Cleveland area. So we'll be performing there. And we will be performing at the Hudson Library if you want to look it up. Yeah, with like a group of people. But yeah, I'm glad to be here, you know, to kind of branch out to a different area. But yeah, but feel free to, you know, look up that it's going to be on the 11th of February. Yeah. Yep. More.
Is your dress from Taiwan?
Yes.
It's beautiful. I
Thank
love the
you.
beadwork. Yeah.
Yeah, this is new. I need to figure out time to wear it. Yeah. Yeah, this is my second time wearing actually. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, feel free to come. Oh.
No, I just want to know if you live around here. Do you come from Cleveland?
Yes, yeah, I live around Cleveland area.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for coming all the way.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, not that downtown, so a little bit closer, just a little bit. Well, yeah, thank you everyone, and enjoy the